in history. No ocean, no life. Welcome back to Ocean News from the Sea. Did you remember the movie The Day After Tomorrow? At the beginning, icebergs collapse. When scientists are drilling the ice core in Antarctic, what are they studying? Are they searching for the latest sorbet taste?
Of course not. They are looking for the past history of CO2 concentration to directly observe the connection between the continual rise in CO2 concentration in the atmosphere and mankind's civilization.
What is the result? Was it released during the development of mankind's civilization? Or was it a natural cycle of Earth?
This question can be answered from variation in CO2 in the atmosphere from 800,000 years ago to the present. From 800,000 years ago to the 1950s, the variation in CO2 concentration in the atmosphere ranges from 180 to 300 ppm. However, from the 1950s to now, the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere has risen from about 315 ppm to about 400 ppm. This has made a new history record. This precious record makes majority of citizens of Earth agree that the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere today, higher than that in the history change, was mainly caused by mankind's use of large quantities of fossil fuels, as well as improper land development, etc. Therefore, in December 2015, at the Climate Summit held in Paris, countries from around the world signed the first ever climate agreement, the Paris Climate Convention. We must work together to keep the average global temperature from rising above 2 degrees Celsius higher than the pre-industrial age. Currently, the average global temperature is nearly 1 degree Celsius higher than the pre-industrial age.
Why can an Antarctic ice core document the history of CO2 in the atmosphere?
This is because when air is blown to Antarctica and becomes snow, Antarctica is extremely cold. The falling snow turns into ice. The ice in turn is covered by ice that falls later. Therefore, the deeper the ice away from the ice surface, the longer the ice from now. Besides, during the process of freezing, bubbles are icebound at the same time. The air in the bubbles preserves the CO2 concentration in the then atmosphere. Scientists can determine when bubbles were icebound from ice cores at different depths through carbon dating. Then they can analyze the concentration of CO2 from bubbles in ice cores at different depths to analyze the CO2 concentration. In this way, the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere in different ages can then be obtained.
It's amazing that the history of CO2 was hidden in Antarctic ice cores. We must appreciate scientists' efforts. Thank you. But do you know the sea can absorb CO2 in the atmosphere? No ocean, no life. See you next time.